They're starting to make a good line. Thanks, Britt. We're not too far away from dispatch here for race number 5. The club memberships due 30 June pace. They're often pacing. Getting away well towards the inside was the grey mare Holly's Miss Molly. She's going to lead easily going past a post for the first time. Straight onto her back was the favourite Brock's Territory as they drop into Indian File. I couldn't see too many changes from here on in. Getting into third position there was In Transit. Also their Dream to Share. They're racing in racebook order actually. On the back of it was Smith Stars Lexus, Mr Haywood, and last of all was Bradness El Fuego. Into the back straight they stride, and Amanda's really put the brakes here aboard Holly's Miss Molly. Leads out by a length to Brock's Territory. A length away there into third come In Transit. They were followed by Dream to Share, Smith Stars Lexus, Mr Haywood and Bradness El Fuego. This is starting to become a little bit of a procession here as they leave the back straight behind, and it's still Holly's Miss Molly. Holly's Miss Molly leading out by a length. Brock's Territory's got the stalking position. Robbie Morris and Kerry Ann Morris looking for 3 winners here tonight. They've only got the 3 paces in, and Brock's Territory could be the horse that could do it for them. Into third goes In Transit. Now here comes the first move. Smith Stars Lexus moves around the outside, pocketing Dream to Share. Onto its back goes Mr Haywood, and still last of all was Bradness El Fuego. Lead time in 51.2. That is very slow, and it's Holly's Miss Molly leading out still by a length. Brock's Territory up on the outside In Transit. It jumped out in front of Smith Stars Lexus to give it the card home. In behind them was Dream to Share. Bradness El Fuego driven patiently, and still last of all was Mr Haywood. First quarter 32, and this grey mare trained by Amanda Turnbull, having its second start for her tonight, gets every opportunity in the van. Up on the outside was In Transit. In behind them Brock's Territory. They're about to pass the 800 in the second quarter. 30.1 it comes up in. Smith Stars Lexus gets the gun run, 1 out 1 back. To the inside of it was Dream to Share, Mr Haywood and Bradness El Fuego. To the 600 they run. It's still Holly's Miss Molly as they put the foot down. Leading out to In Transit. He gets to within a half but under pressure. Brock's Territory is going to have to wait for the sprint lane run now. Smith Stars Lexus is about to hook wide, but they're really sprinting now. Back to the inside, Dream to Share, Mr Haywood, and last of all Bradness El Fuego. Third quarter 28. I told you they were sprinting, and it's off the side. Holly's Miss Molly leads out by about a half. 300 left to play. Still Holly's Miss Molly. Brock's Territory's galloped. The favourites galloped in behind the leader, and this has left Holly's Miss Molly a long way in front. Getting back to the inside, Smith Stars Lexus runs on In Transit and Mr Haywood, but Amanda Turnbull absolutely pinched this aboard Holly's Miss Molly, and Holly's Miss Molly will score. Second is close. Give it to In Transit and O's to Smith Stars Lexus. They were followed by Bradness El Fuego, Mr Haywood. Dream to Share was last of the main division. And pulling up now over the line, Brock's Territory, or he galloped over the line last of all. 29.